Hi, in this video, let us see how the how to trigger functionality works. Now, so to see this feature, let us go to the task setup. This auto trigger feature creates a task based on the data that is updated in the task type attributes or form attributes or global attributes. We have to set up this feature in the task type. So let us see for an already existing task type. So for this purpose, I have already created a task type called trigger task type. So if we go and edit the task type, we will see a section where we can trigger the new task based on the form data or task attribute data or any sort of task data. So for this to enable this trigger function, we have to enable this flag called use trigger task rules. When this is enabled, a grid is shown up here where we can set up the rules. To add a rule, we need to click on the add rule, and there's a new page that opens where we can add a rule that will trigger the task. So we have to give a name and description. What is the scope? The scope defines the original task area. So let us say there's a task one in certain area, and which satisfies this rule, then a new trigger task will be triggered. um, Now, the condition, we have two conditions here, and condition or condition. Let's say there are multiple attributes, and if we use and condition, all the attributes data should be satisfied. And if we use a or condition, any of the data attribute data will be satisfied in the or condition. For now, we are using and condition for the demo purpose, and I choose the data type as form attribute here. This particular data type shows task and form attribute only because this trigger task type has only form data. In case if it is has task type attributes or global attributes, all that attributes different types of attributes will be shown in the drop down here. So I select form attribute, and when I select a form attribute, all the attributes in the form will be displayed here. So for demo purpose, I'm selecting uh, 30. This is attribute name for demo purpose which I used, and equal to, and this is a pick list attribute, so we will see the values. These are pick list values, yes or no. So no, this means when the attribute value of 30 is equal to no, then we are going to trigger a task. So what task can be triggered? That can be set up in the task information. So I select here, I select new task type. So this means when the form attribute 30 value is equal to no, then new task type will be triggered, and this can be triggered immediate or this can be scheduled. Scheduled within how many days? There is no mandate value here. By default, it shows 0, and when it's immediate, it creates on the same date. So for description, value 30 equal to no. For demo purpose, we are putting this. So if I save it, the rule is created. Now, when we have to click on the update task to make sure everything is saved, and go to the task view, create task. We have to create first the original task. So I create trigger task type on a stop. So for demo, we are creating this, and now I create this. Now when we go and edit the same task, and there's a form which has all the attributes. So this is the trigger section where we have already set up that 30th attribute. If the value is equal to no, we will be seeing a new triggered task. So I'm going to select no here and click on update. Let us wait for a few seconds, and the rule runs at the backend, and we will see the new task that's getting created. As you can see, the new task type has been created and the description is shown as below. Same way, if I select multiple no's, we will see multiple tasks that gets created. Let us select no for everything. In my setup, I have selected all no to trigger a task. Now I've selected 4 nodes, and this will trigger 4 new tasks. So let us wait for a few seconds so that the rule runs at the backend. As you can see, 1 attribute is equal to no, 2 is equal to no, 3 is equal to no, 4 equal to no. This is the description I have given for the testing and demo purpose. So this is how the auto trigger functionality works.